Dulce is a quiet, unassuming town nestled in northern New Mexico. Many of its residents are members of the Jicarilla Apache tribe. They swear.
I tell stories, but my nose isn't growing.
They are not making this up.
They threw down a ladder from that spaceship, and then two small people started climbing down.
Jerry Julian says she had her first extraterrestrial encounter right here on her Dulce ranch about 40 years ago.
It was huge. I just saw the bottom of it. You know, it was like flat like this.
Many of her neighbors claim similar strange sightings.
Fat in the middle and kind of like rounded on the sides. You're speechless, you know? You just don't know what to think, you know? It's just like, it's like nothing you've ever encountered before.
Why are stories of the extraordinary ordinary here?
I do not know. I do not know. Probably in kind of that big mountain we have right there, you know.
Rumor has it there is a secret base hidden underneath the Archuleta Mesa here. The mountain overlooks Dulce. Some people in town say the base is run by aliens working with our federal government to conduct mind control and genetic experiments. Do you believe that?
Yeah. Well, a whole bunch of people seen it, you know.
Like the ground opened up, steam coming out of it.
They also claim they've seen some creatures cooked up in those experiments, like Bigfoot and something half-human.
Down this way, the waist down, it's a goat. It has a tail. But up here, it's a man.
People tell me Dulce wasn't always a center for supernatural activity, but then sometime in the 70s, things changed. That's when cows started turning up mutilated.
They just cut out in between the legs right here. We seen one.
I know it's not a predator it's doing it. There's someone's doing it.
Local police never definitively said who's to blame. Locals say it has to be something out of this world. And since then,
I was taking a random picture, zoomed it in, and there was a UFO right there.
They say they know it sounds crazy.
They're just going to ask me, well, how much did you drink or what did you drink?
I'll submit to a lie detector test or anything, you know.
But say it's the truth. Question is, do you believe?
Anything possible these days now.
In Dulce, Megan Cruz, KOAT Action 7 News.
This is the Cosmic Fold. On the first Wednesday of each month, we go live for high weirdness discussion, real-time questions, and voices from the fold. The rest of the Wednesdays join our premiere episodes, interviews, mysteries, and conversations with live chat as the story unfolds. And on weekends, watch for the Paranormal Highway, exploring one state each month through ghosts, UFOs, cryptids, and the strange roads between. Welcome to the Fold.
Hey there.
Hey.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Bove. I didn't get to say hi to you. We were in the middle of blabbing when you came in.
I know. It was a hot topic, whatever the frick you were talking about.
Yeah. Hey, Tiffany.
Hey, Tiff.
Yeah, so that, you know what? I wonder too. I mean, now it's interesting to see that the ABC local news did a cover, like a story on this, probably because of all the disclosure stuff coming out, right?
No, that one was 9 years ago, but
wow.
I have a video queued for us later about the UFO disclosure stuff, what they're talking about. New Mexico, well, I'm only like probably 30 miles from New Mexico, so it's kind of the same general.
Right. You're in the general vicinity. Yeah.
And there's so much stuff that goes on around here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and in that area too. And so Sunday night, I'll show you the slide in a bit, but Justine and I will be staying at a teepee at the base of that mountain there.
Oh, wow.
But I just love that.
Nice knowing you.
You should bring me. I swear, I feel like if I mean, every time I've been to a place like that, stuff happens. You know what I mean?
I want to get you out here, Denise. I do
want to go there.
Such a strong feeling. And I had asked you in the text if you remembered a native thing. I believe that you were, and I think you had a connection to this stuff. The being I see, whether you know, I don't know if it resonates with you or not, but the person I see that you were was kind of more like Lakota. That's where the thunder people are.
Yeah, the thunder beings. Yeah, that's
and that's where I had such a profound experience. Also, was with the Lakota.
Right.
But anyway, this person I see is tall, quite tall and thin, very, very straight hair. And I don't, your eyes now, I don't know what color they look, kind of blue, but they're kind of they're in this lifetime, they were really quite green, kind of a green.
Interesting.
And that represented something. I don't know what. I'm going to have to look it up. But you had a connection to this stuff in this lifetime of what I see, you know, and that could be wrong, but I have seen that for as long as I've known you.
Right.
I keep seeing that presence.
Yeah, that's interesting because, like I said, I had that experience where that dream with the black and white flashing thunder, lightning rather, and then these beings came, said they were the thunder beings, and that I was Heyoka. I had no idea. That was over 10 years. I had no idea what that meant. And I was like, why is this coming to me? I am as white as you can possibly be. I don't even think I have a drop of native blood in me at all. I don't think so. My husband does. Why didn't he? You know what I mean? But whatever.
But this is a past life I'm picking up, and that's probably why you were attracted to your husband and this kind of stuff. But yeah, I want to get you out here. And
no, it wasn't. I didn't even know what he was. I didn't care. Yeah, he wasn't.
Right. But but you know, on a deeper level, I think you've got a connection.
Right. Yeah.
And I really want to get you out. Like I told you, I had the dream with my friend that said that I'm supposed to take you to Spider Rock.
Oh, right. That's right.
And that is super powerful. That whole area. I could take you and your daughter can film maybe to Hopi Land.
Yeah. Maybe when she's
that whole area. So I think it'll be very interesting for you.
Yeah, I would like to get to. Every time I've been to Arizona, it's been just a really weird. Arizona, the Four Corners, has a really intense vibe, in my opinion. Very alien, very ET. I don't know if that's new, but I went to California in 1985, and the only time I was ever in the Four Corners was from the 80s on. But they said that didn't start happening in Dulce until the 70s. Hey, Dulce. So I don't know if something changed there or if it's always been like that. What do you think?
This has half a chapter on Dulce.
Interesting.
The guy studying the Skinwalker Ranch also studied Dulce. People don't talk about it as much. All the same stuff.
Right. So how long is it going on?
I think it runs I think it's been there for centuries.
Forever. Yeah, forever.
Yeah, like 1,500 generations or something, according to.
I wonder why those people said it like they hadn't noticed anything till the 1970s. I wonder what happened.
That's when the cattle mutilations, and that's when the government supposedly got involved and started doing stuff. So I've got a little primer video about what supposedly happened out there. But about the thunder beings.
Yeah.
This was when I was living in Texas. This is back like probably in the 80s. And there was a woman, Lakota Sioux, and her name was Thunder Woman, and she had a sweat lodge. This is why I don't do white people sweat lodges, because I had the thing.
Right.
And so I went there, and of course, it's all about me. So they want to go in first, and then they're all disappointed because none of them got to do the sweat with Thunder Woman. It was all of her little aides.
Right.
And I just waited, you know, it was just kind of like, let everyone do their thing. And so it was like probably midnight by the time, you know, they were at the last group and I was in the last group, and we got to have it with Thunder Woman.
Wow.
And she was kind of breaking tradition because it was supposed to be more of a male thing.
Right.
But she felt that it was time to bring the female aspect into this.
Right.
And so it was interesting. It was nothing but women that were in this sweat lodge with her. And she told me, you have to sit on my left side. I mean, she told me I have to do this. Now, all of this was new to me. I didn't know anything about any of this.
No, well, it was all new.
So,
yeah. Sure.
Well, even any kind of spiritual stuff, all I experienced was ghosts and scary shit, and so
Right.
so anyway, so I sat by her left side, and the people were there, and she started drumming, and she all of a sudden I was speaking in Sioux. I don't know how the hell I knew how to do that, and I
Yeah.
was saying the prayer.
Wow.
And then she would bounce off of me, and she had me. I don't know if I was picking up on her energy or how. I don't understand it.
Right.
And I'm the worst person at learning foreign languages, but I knew this language so well. Sitting there
Maybe
next to her,
telepathically getting it.
it
either
probably was.
telepathically.
So
Yeah.
anyway, as they're doing this, pretty soon these bright blue lights started coming and
Wow.
dancing
Wow.
in this
Wonderful.
sweat lodge. And
Wow.
and she was like, we pulled in the spirits, and the other world spirits have come in,
Right.
and they were like moving through me, moving through her, moving through some of the other people there, and it was so intense. And I don't think I'll achieve this again in my lifetime. When it was over, so we go out, and then you smoke a little bit, and you share
Right.
that peace.
Yeah, it's
I
special.
literally
Yeah.
standing there was at one with the universe. That's the only time,
Wow.
and I don't know how to explain it. I was the stars were me, all of the
Right.
people, we were all one, the earth, we were all everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people meditate for their lifetimes trying to
And they
achieve
don't
that.
get there. No.
No,
Yeah.
and so I had that,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
this Lakota, with the Thunder
Mhm.
Woman. And so
Right.
this thunder thing, and so anyway, these blue lights that were there, she told me afterwards, we brought in the thunder beings.
I see
That's
those
what
blue
they
lights
were.
all the time. I see those blue lights all the time. In
They're-
fact, I just
and-
saw one the other day. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they're very, and then so like those implants or whatever weird things that I have in me, they're
Right.
bright blue, they're like a turquoise color. And so
Huh.
knowing that I'm going to Dulce in a couple days, that one in my ankle is just like probably twice the size right now, and starting. So we may have an experience out there. I don't know.
What's
But-
the implant? You mean, are you talking about like when you're taken? You have implant?
No,
You
it was when I saw a UFO when I was a little kid, and
Mm-hmm.
then
Yeah, that's what I
and
mean.
so
And-
the next day there was like this blue thing, and I get them periodically where I can see them like going through my arms. You could
Are you
actually
talking
see
about like
them.
a psychic thing or
No, they're physical. So one time I had one, and it showed up. It was like right here. I still have a scar from it. I was living in Dallas. Actually, it
Mhm.
was shortly after going to that thunder thing. And
Huh.
so it was pinching my nerves so bad that I couldn't feel my fingers. And it was literally like this blue thing that was like, and so I was working for a law firm. They had connections, and they sent me to a doctor that
Yeah,
day.
right. What did they say?
And,
What?
and he goes, oh, well, it must be a cyst, and let me cut it open. So he cut it open and pulled it out, and it was like a pea pod that was
Wow.
bright turquoise blue, and it had
Wow.
3 like things in there, like peas.
Oh.
And he took
Wow.
a hammer and he's hitting it. It didn't break. And he
Wow.
goes, I don't know what the hell that is, but it's not a like a cyst or anything. He goes, I've never seen anything, and it wasn't connected to anything.
Wow.
So whatever these are, and then they leave, but the one that's permanent is in my left ankle. And
Wow.
whenever there's and so that one came when I was like 4 or 5. And
Right.
I've gone to like 3 doctors to have it removed, because every once in a while it gets really hot. It doesn't hurt or anything, but it's weird.
Right.
And then I noticed,
Don't get it
when the
removed.
UFO activity is
Don't get it
big, it
removed.
gets hot.
Yeah.
Well, they took all kinds of imagery of that, and they said they were just laughing, and they're like, we can't remove that because it's got tentacles that are embedded in my nervous,
that's-
all the nerves and blood
Yeah.
vessels in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they can't, and it's almost like it's a living thing that has embedded.
That's
But I
a lot
have-
of are like that. Yeah, those implants.
So
yeah.
our trip to Dulce could be interesting because the thing is definitely getting bigger right now, and it has something to do with whenever there's contact. So we should
Right.
see what goes on. So I know I sound nuts.
No, you
but-
don't.
but-
No, you don't. I kind of wondered about the tumor I had here, if that had started out as some kind of an implant. I always wondered about that.
I think it was.
I think it started out that way and got somehow it triggered some kind of weird autoimmune
was-
response.
There was a doctor.
Yeah.
Somebody had that statement.
Yes.
There was a doctor who
was removing them
for people.
Yes.
He was not an MD. He was
Woohoo!
like
There's Justine. She can't wait. My partner in adventures. Woohoo!
Hi,
Oh.
Justine.
His name is he's dead now.
Yeah, he died.
I want to say Roger Lair.
Yeah.
yeah.
So yes. It's like, yeah, Dr. Yeah. He was doing that for a long time. He had a collection of them.
He'd take them out of people and put them in a petri dish, and they would just dissolve sometimes. Yeah.
Right. Well,
whatever this thing was, that was, I don't know. They probably sent it to the university. I wish he had given it back to me. He was so baffled by whatever this thing was that they took out.
Yeah, I would be baffled by it too. It's pretty unusual.
Three
probably
peas
in
in
a
a
university.
pod?
Yeah, that's what it was like.
It. I'm not joking. Maybe they should have planted it. No, I'm serious. Maybe it would have, maybe something.
I don't know. But it was bright turquoise, very bright.
And it would move around. It sounds like it moved around. Where was it before it got to your neck area?
It was just there. I woke up and it was there.
Right. I get that.
But I've had other ones where I can literally watch them move through my arm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's the strangest, creepiest thing that when it does, and then they disappear. I don't know what they are.
Yeah, right. I know. That's interesting. Yeah.
I had some comments from our last show I wanted to hit real quick.
Sure.
But first of all, I put this just because otherwise I will forget. If you want to be a guest, go to Cosmic Fold Net, and there's a thing there that you could just contact me. Doesn't go through third parties, whatever. Your information is clear. And also, if you've had a weird experience, just leave a message on that phone line, and you can remain anonymous if you want, or say your name. It doesn't matter. But how many times do you have such a panel such as us review your experience and talk about it? So this could be really, really fun.
Yeah.
So don't be shy. Just call it. Whoops, I hit the thing too hard. So, about this shaking stuff over at the Cosmic Fold Net, and thought it could have been some kind of electromagnetic like energy that was affecting everybody. And there could be something to that. Then over in the YouTube thing, Diana said that she felt it in Montana. Tiffany felt it in Pennsylvania, and that there were earthquakes around the area then. And then Linda, she's out in Massachusetts, and she was sleeping. It was like, she can't remember if it was April 30 or May 1. She had her kitty, and it woke them up because it was like this same thing. And her first thought was, is this an earthquake? And then so she looked up when the big San Francisco quake, and they could actually feel tremors all the way on the East Coast.
Yeah.
I think something is about to happen. And
I do too. Yeah, I do too.
So remember last week I mentioned this thing over at Area 51. They had like 17 of them all at once, and they were like these like a swarm of earthquakes all started going in Nevada. Well, just a couple days ago, it's in California and southwest Arizona. They actually have earthquake warnings out here right now too. There were like 200 of them in 3 days period of time out by San Diego, and there were like 30 or 40 of them in Arizona.
Were they big or small?
They're just these swarms. They're not like super big, but some of them get to like 4.1, whatever. But there's just, this swarm is just something else with 200 or so of them at once.
That's
so
a lot.
I am wondering if something really big is on its way. And I saw your video, Denise, about that, where you looked at the astrology of this. I think there's something big coming, and everybody might be feeling it. And I'm starting to think that the AI somehow gets consciousness mixed into it or whatever, and that's why some of these stories keep coming out. Did you feel this tremor or feel whatever? Because people might be asking AI about it, so then it turns into stories. And so then I was generating some imagery, and I was just shocked at how much in AI and just randomly on the internet looking at other stuff, all these people wearing masks. To me, that's how I get messages when I start seeing a lot of imagery like that.
No, you're right. Yeah, it's a sign. Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't understand what you mean.
She means that when you notice like patterns, that there's some kind of whether it's an algorithm or whether it's your in nature, it's something kind of speaking to you about
I
like
understand that, but what do
thing.
masks have to do with
I
it?
think the virus. I think we're going to see this virus like
So in
mutate
real
and get
life,
worse.
I agree. I think it will too. I think it probably is a one. I think there's just so many parallels that even though it's not maybe as hyper contagious as COVID right now, we know that this virus was started out as regular hantavirus and mutated into the Andes strain, which is person to person spread. It could become accelerated and become easier to transmit. I mean, it can happen. Things like this happen.
Yeah. And I'm just getting messages where you see random images of people wearing masks. I think that means something is about to come again. And there's earthquake. There's something with the earthquake. So Tiffany just saw something about the implants.
What Darcy, about it? Yeah.
It's on a Watcher series, and then here we are talking about them. Hey, Darcy.
I've never heard of the Watcher series. Yeah.
Crystal Blue says that they had an earthquake in Nebraska just a couple days ago.
Wow.
I'm telling you guys, there's something about to hit. And then that same random confirmation thing, I go, open my phone and it's got a message on there. Denise has a video. I'm, in her members thing, so I don't know if it's public yet, but
it's public. Yeah. I mean, actually, I recorded that like a while ago, like maybe a few days ago. Maybe it was on Friday or Monday, because I did a reading for someone, and I've been doing because I'm doing these really fast 15-minute ones. So I just kind of like talk to their dead people first and get information. And in that transmission, like when and I don't have a chart or anything, I only have their name. I heard earthquake is one of the things. And so I found out as I called her, she was actually in the Hollywood area. She was in Los Angeles. And I asked her, I told her everything that the people told me. And one of them was earthquake. There's, and I got that there'd be in 5 months. So it was early, like mid-May, right? So I did some astrology and tried to figure it out. But I don't know, maybe I was picking up on just that area, or maybe she was just nervous about earthquakes. And I asked her, are you nervous about earthquakes? She said, yes. So maybe that was all the message was.
No, you're picking up on something, because with these swarms and everything going on, I really feel that there's something coming.
Really?
I think you guys should be aware. I have a friend in Europe and sent me news from Europe, and the same picture on CNN and the same picture in France have two completely different captions.
Oh, yes.
They were hosing down passengers before they got on the airplane. They had them in Tyvek suits and they were hosing them down with disinfectant.
Wow.
They have 20 plus people with positive for hantavirus in France.
Wow.
They closed down. A hospital in Holland is on quarantine for 6 weeks. Sorry, don't want to scare everybody. 6 weeks. And there are 2 suspected cases from the cruise ship in the Northwest.
Wow.
And one in Arizona.
So this is what makes me think, every time I listen to that story, it's like, it doesn't add up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't add up. And you're like, this doesn't feel right, because maybe it's not quite as contagious, but COVID turned out to be less contagious than they thought. Maybe this is more contagious than they think. They keep interviewing people that don't even know what they're talking about.
They don't
in the
think
local news.
that's the problem. Yeah.
They don't. And there was this guy they interviewed on the local news. I was like, he thought that they got on the ship, they got it from a rat. That's not what happened. He didn't even know the basics of the thing. He doesn't even know that there is this mutation, that this is the Andes variant that is person to person. The person got onto the ship. That person transmitted it to the people on the ship.
Yep.
And it was not a rat that did it,
Exactly. And they were bird watching or some kind of nature thing. This was a smaller kind of cruise.
Right, and they probably all got it because they were close
nature thing. Yeah.
Right.
And then So Darcy says everything feels awful right now. She's been unsubscribing from reality and exploring fictional worlds and doing creativity research, because it's like the air is heavy.
Yeah, you're right. I totally feel that. Yeah, totally.
That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to go inside.
Tiff, as to this virus. Oh shit.
Yeah,
On
well,
a
you know,
lighter note,
that what Darcy's describing, I totally felt that same thing in the last week leading up. It's just like this heavy. You know, it's been feeling heavy for me for a few years now, but it's like a whole other level of like really dense. And then I had a weird. I told Helen about it. This very bizarre experience yesterday that I don't know if I should go into it all again, but anyway, maybe where I was walking my dog, I saw this tall, skinny being walking towards me. I was going that direction. I thought, okay, I'm just gonna run into it. It's okay, you know, whatever. And as I ran into this being, I saw this like wild woman crone, like really intense, and I heard the name Bove. And Bove is like, I didn't know much about Bove. Like at a paragraph in a book. I don't really know much about her. But as I researched her afterwards, it made a lot of sense. She like stuck her sword in the ground, and it was like she's saying like this. She just showed me this whole thing with the war is going to escalate, and it's going to get much, much worse. And it's coming, it feels like too. And I think people are also maybe feeling that lead up too as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
You know, when I was a teenager, I'll go ahead, Bo.
Thank you. Thank you, please. Somebody let me talk.
I know you have been trying to talk for so long. I feel sorry for you. I'm sorry about that.
My question is for Deborah. Deborah, you're saying something's going to happen. You can feel it. Do you have any indication or an inkling of what it is that might happen?
I think an earthquake is coming, very bad.
Okay.
A big one. And I think we're going to have like this mashup of all kinds of weirdness.
Yes, exactly. It's
Like,
gonna be
okay,
things.
the veil is thinning, so people aren't even going to know what's real and what is not. But they will also have the power of discernment because the veil is thinning. You'll be more in touch with your own spiritual inner thing because we're going to need it, because there's going to be so many lies and things with respect to this war, with the earthquake. I think the internet and power is going to be going down.
Yeah, there's all
and I
kinds
think
of
you're going to have like a weird virus in the middle of it's going to be insanity. I just
the
feel
four
like
horsemen.
right. And so this is why, let me show something really fun real quick before we get into the heavy. So I just wanted to show, this is where Justine and I are going.
Oh,
to Dulce.
How pretty.
So, all right.
Yeah.
So we've got our Thunderbird and we've got aliens here, and it's just gorgeous. So I'm doing my shopping list. So I'm getting some wine, olives.
Are you going to sleep in that teepee?
Yes. Rice crackers with hummus and
Helen doesn't like it, but
and she's getting really good stuff, and so we're just going to have a good time,
fun.
kicked back at this place, and then the mountain in the background there is where the UFOs come. So I have a couple of, and Justine is so good at she is so good at photography. I'm terrible at it, but she's really good. But anyway, I'm going to have a couple of cameras aimed towards that at night, and then I'll have the spirit talker going. And then I got some cat balls, so in case they light up, if anything shows up. And then a little one of those EMF things to see if it lights up.
Yeah.
I mean, she is so much fun to travel with. I mean, we're both like little kids, like, woohoo! What are we going to try?
Really fun. This seems really fun. How long are you guys going to be there? How long are you going to be there?
Just a night, and then we'll go up to Colorado and see, some things there. But I figured let's do this before the gas hits $15 a gallon. Just have a little bit of fun. So anyway, nice I just wanted to show that,
Yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah.
So okay, some of the comments. This is a quicksand all of us Gen X kids prepared for. No one told us it was metaphorical quicksand made of the entire world.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird.
What's the quicksand? I don't.
Just all this crap going on. All the bullshit.
Just like you feel like you're sinking in it. It's a metaphor. The metaphor.
Yeah.
So HB8 says Seattle has 2 people self-isolating from contact from the lady taken off a plane in South Africa that passed right after. They were 2 seats away.
Oh my God. That's what you're talking about, Helen. That's what you're talking about.
Yep.
It was scary if Earth is stretching due to magnetic. Well, that could be part of why the earthquakes are happening. Yeah.
Yeah, and this electromagnetic thing that Anne was talking about at Cosmic Fold Net, I think that it's just this sense that I have. There's just, I don't know. And so something might not even happen in Dulce, but to me, it's just sort of like, okay, get to the Earth
You should
center.
just do it. Yeah, it'll be fun no matter what.
It's just, it doesn't matter. Some good food and just to be in the Earth and be out in nature.
That'll be great.
And just do that before the shit show starts, because I
really
it's
do
believe
great.
it's coming.
It's going to be nice. I just have a good feeling about it. And also the weather, I mean, it'll be nice and cool at night. It'll be really fun, I bet.
Oh, it's going to be really cool. Yeah.
Great.
And so anyway, I know Justine was there. I saw her in the chat, but we're just going to have a blast. So plus we take my little sports car. She knows how to drive a stick shift too. So
yeah, I do too.
We have 2 drivers.
Yeah, that's
you
good.
do too. Cool.
Yeah, I had a stick shift for a long time. Yeah.
And you do too. Excellent.
Of course.
Yeah.
Excellent. See, we're
I
all
prefer
there.
it.
Oh,
Do
it's so
you?
much more fun.
You can't even get them anymore, can you? Unless you're driving a sports car, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't really have them anymore unless it's a sports car.
Yeah.
But it's so much good. Woohoo! Justine says, "Yay! Happy Denise feels good about it."
Well, I think it's going to be really fun. I have a good feeling about it.
It was going to be like a Saturday night, and for some reason, Airbnb, when I made the thing, it just like registered it the next night. I don't know why it did that, but it did. And then I thought, well, we'll just go with it. And so her husband Matt can't go because it's a school day the next day, so he'll help get the kids ready while we go.
Well, you know what? That'll be even more fun. I mean, no offense to Matt, whoever, he's probably a great guy, but just the 2 of you I think we'll have a really fun time.
Yes, we always do.
That's an Airbnb.
Me too.
You got that on
Yeah,
Airbnb?
you can get it through Airbnb. Yeah.
Oh.
And then she's and it's native owned. It's on the res, and
Wow.
and
Cool.
she that's been her life dream, is to be able to have like teepees that people can go and stay in.
Wow.
So
How cool.
so it'll
Where
be
do you
really
go to the
good.
bathroom though? Is there like a public bathroom?
There's like there's an outhouse down there.
I knew you were thinking it. I knew you were thinking it.
Well,
That's the
if
one
there's
thing.
a Holiday Inn, I might consider, but
There you go.
I know you don't. I love like camping can be really fun, except for that part of it. Just being outside is really great to sleep
Well,
outside.
the pictures, it looks like a really nice outhouse, way better.
Yeah.
When I lived off grid,
Good.
it was definitely not nice outhouse, but
Right.
it looks really nice, and it's got like a little bit of electricity, so she's got a Keurig machine in there, so we could have coffee.
Oh, nice.
And then I'll bring one of those things that we can plug all of our USBs in to keep them
Right. Oh,
charged. So
cool.
we'll have a little bit of electricity too.
Oh, that's
so.
good.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know, Deborah.
Right. Go
If
for
God
snakes.
had intended us, if God had intended us to sleep on the ground, she wouldn't have invented water beds.
Well, she didn't.
I don't like
She
water
did not
beds.
invent water beds. I hate water
Well,
beds.
this I don't like them either.
I
But
love
this
them. I have
teepee
one.
has it's got 2 queen size beds in there.
Oh,
And,
nice.
I mean, it's pretty big.
Nice.
So yeah,
That's
so this will
really
be pretty
big. I didn't
cool.
realize it was that
Yeah.
It
big.
doesn't look that big, yeah.
No, it doesn't. That's wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this will be. I think it's going to be cool.
It'll be great. I'm sure.
When
Crystal
do you
says I was
leave,
thinking
Deborah?
the same thing. Really early Sunday, so we could stop and see stuff.
Well, that'd be
So,
fun.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm ready to get away from the computer for a while. So
Yeah.
it'll be
That'd
really
be
fun.
nice.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Nature
So,
is good.
before we get too much into the Dulce, here's another little video I wanted to share with you guys from that same news station.
Were released on the Department of War website, many referencing reported UFO sightings in New Mexico.
Peyton Spellacy sifted through the files and took a trip to the National UFO Historical Records Center to dig into what these newly released files reveal.
Well, it's a lot of pages. I mean, like one of the first documents is like 187 pages.
Reports from Albuquerque, Santa Fe, Las Vegas, Vaughn, and other New Mexico communities now part of the latest files released by the Pentagon.
Overall, what it does, it makes people pay attention to the subject, which is great.
Even files on a wave of mysterious green fireball sightings across New Mexico were buried in the digital documents.
They didn't land. I mean, if it was a meteor, right, it would have come crashing to the ground, so they would just seem to disappear.
Becoming Something so alarming, the Air Force launched Project Twinkle in 1950. It's a secret investigation using cameras and observation posts across the state to track these strange green fireballs. One letter from 1950 references more than 150 reports of aerial phenomena in just 2 years here in the land of enchantment, helping cement New Mexico's place in UFO history.
Think about the size of the population, the number of sightings that have occurred. That's a large per capita proportion of sightings that's occurred throughout history.
Yeah. Now, 85% of UFO sightings have some sort of real-world explanation. 9 to 10% are missing key data, but that 5 to 6% of sightings are truly unknown. One of those truly unknown events coming out of Socorro in 1964. Researchers have known about it for years, but now FBI reports connected to it.
A local police officer, Lonnie Zamora, who witnessed and saw and heard an object land. It was egg-shaped, it turned out. It had two short entities outside the craft in white overalls.
There was only one witness, but the physical evidence left behind was too striking to be ignored.
There was smoldering greasewood bushes. There was 4 indentations that was documented by White Sands Missile Range, by the local police. There was small footprints where small feet were used there walking around. And there was allegedly some fused sand.
This is just the first set of files released from the Department of War.
It will make people more comfortable reporting things that they don't understand, so they're not looked at foolishly. They're looked at as tell me more.
In Rio Rancho, I'm Peyton Spellisy, KOAT Action 7 News.
I had never heard of that thing in Socorro. Have you?
Oh yeah, I have. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have. In that book, I guess. But
I did my homework.
I never heard any. I saw. Remember? Okay, I don't know if I knew you guys at the time. I broke my arm like a few years ago, right before I broke my leg.
Yes, I remember that. Yes.
You know why I broke my
remember
arm? Because there was a green fireball hanging in the sky, and I was looking at it going, what the fuck is that? And my dog yanked me off of the stoop. And that's how I ended up breaking my arm. Yeah. Wow. And so I didn't report it because I was too busy dealing with a broken arm. But I didn't even know that. I didn't know what that was, and I've never even heard it was connected to the UFO phenomenon.
The Lonnie Zamora case is really famous. I mean, it's like one of the big ones.
Yeah,
but that Four Corners area is
so much stuff.
Yeah,
so much stuff going on. Yeah, California too. California.
Oh yeah.
It's you know what I heard though recently? MUFON just put out a report saying that Tennessee now has more UFO sightings than anywhere in the country.
They're your relatives following you around. It's a family reunion.
That's not UFOs, that's the CEO of Starbucks.
What do you mean?
Starbucks just moved its headquarters to Tennessee because they didn't like the tax changes.
Did they really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They weren't getting a tax break, so they took off.
Oh, because they changed that in Washington. Yeah, and Tennessee doesn't have tax. Yeah, it doesn't have income tax. Yeah.
Yeah, can you
Interesting.
imagine they just up sticks and left all those people with no jobs, or they could move, you know.
And they can move to Tennessee. I don't know that they want to, but it does weirdly look a lot like, in some ways, Seattle, because it's all foresty, very foresty. It doesn't look like the fjordy aspect of Seattle, where it's got all the water built into, like in Seattle, it's all like everywhere you look, there's water mixed into the trees. We're just all foresty. You have some little bits of water, but it's not as, we're not by the ocean, so we don't have that. But other than that, it's similar. Hilly and lots of trees.
Yep. If gas isn't I don't know. I mean, where the world is heading, but if by some chance we have a miracle and gas isn't in the world, and our United States isn't insane, I plan on going out that way late summer.
Oh well, if you do, you can stay. You can stay here. You can stay with me if you want. Yeah, you're welcome to stay here.
Oh, that would be a fun Cosmic Fold show.
Oh,
live.
No.
Between the two of us, we'd be blowing stuff up,
Yeah, right.
Around the room,
Maybe we'll start levitating.
A brother of mine moved. That's true. Moved out that way. He might be 30 miles from you or so. So yeah. So I've got family.
Well, if you want to
out
stay
there
here,
now,
you stay with your brother, you can stay here one night or whatever you want to do, or just visit,
yeah,
whatever you
have
want
you
to do. You're
been?
welcome.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah,
And,
it would be.
So it just depends on what the gas is like and what's going on.
Right.
You know.
Yeah,
that's
that makes
kinda-
sense. Back to
I mean,
the
that was-
earthquake thing. That earthquake, you feel like is a big one? I mean, I had
Yes.
that dream that I was living here before we moved. That was a long time ago. But I looked on my phone at the earthquake app and it said it was a 9.3 earthquake.
It
in
is, and
Southern
there's going to be
California.
something. It's going to, like, back in the 80s, I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking about moving to Oregon or else Washington. It was around that, and
Right.
So
Loma Prieta and all that.
I was
Mhm.
looking at an
Yeah.
atlas, and then this picture just like floated out, and it's like there will be earthquakes actually off the ocean floor by Oregon and that whole area,
Yes.
and it was like,
Yeah,
don't
the
go.
seduction zone. People are, that's getting more active too, unfortunately, Helen.
Cascadia Fault.
Cascadia. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Cascadia seduction zone. Yeah.
Well, my mom said when she was little, they would sometimes see fireballs rolling down Short Mountain. She lived up in a holler in Cannon County, Tennessee. They
Wow.
saw and heard all kinds of weird stuff.
Wow.
Cool.
Interesting. That is interesting. Wow. Fireballs. Interesting.
There's
Yeah.
2 unrelated podcasts. One's called UFO Chronicles, and the other's
Mhm.
called Sasquatch Chronicles. Completely
wow.
unrelated. Same
Well-
format. People call in and tell their story, and the host is just very non-judgmental, just listens. Untold similar stories all around where you live.
Yeah. There's tons of Sasquatch sightings around here too. That's why it's a lot like the Pacific Northwest in that way,
Yes.
because something about all the trees and the forests and stuff and the waterways. I think the Sasquatch really likes that. Turns
Northern
out.
California, there's a native reservation. I think it's called the Hoopa, if I have that right. And they actually have resident resident Sasquatches that come out of the forest to scrounge like polar bears or something.
Wow,
They get,
right.
Yeah. And
Wow.
many people have seen them. Truckers that are not related
Yeah.
driving through.
Yeah.
People who live there. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
think
you
there's
recognize
actually-
some of them. They have
There's a Sasquatch museum, I think, in sort of like in the border, kind of as you going into Alabama. Just all kinds of Sasquatch lore, all kinds of there's people around here who have Sasquatch giant things on their lawn because they're really into it. I don't know, it's really funny. My dad's
Well, the
awesome.
Paranormal Highway,
Wow.
every single
There you go.
state has them. They all do. It's except
Right.
for Hawaii. So in Middle Tennessee, scared the hell
That's
out of
where
me.
I'd
where
love
I
to know
am,
what
yeah.
kind of Sasquatch. What did it look? Because there are many kinds. They're different region to region.
Are they really? That's interesting.
Yeah, like the Pacific Northwest Sasquatch for the most part is very, very tall and very, very hairy, and if I understand correctly, like dark gray or brownish. But there's little short red-haired ones in the middle of the country, and
Oh,
they have
wow.
swamp creatures in Louisiana, but they're all similar. And then Yeti, Yeti in
Yeah, Yeti is similar,
they're
but white.
white.
But they're white. Hmm. I don't think in my case that was that green, that thing. I have no idea what it was. It wasn't like I see kind of like elementals, but they look real. But I know they're because they flash and this was hanging there like a flaming ball of orb, and it was a real thing sitting there. What was amazing to me was there were people outside walking.
Yeah.
And they didn't even notice it. And I was like, what the? And it was there for a long time too, just hanging. So, but I don't think it was that. No, I don't think it was.
The ones I've seen
yeah.
are more like groups of them, like maybe 3 to 7 moving. And
Well,
at first I thought, was that a meteor or something, but they're
Right.
not. There's like no meteors reported or anything around. So I
Well,
don't know what they are.
Yeah,
but
that's
I've
at
seen
first
them.
I thought this was a meteor too, but it didn't move. It didn't go down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It didn't go.
Yeah.
It looked just like a meteor, but just sitting there. like for a really
and
long
that's what
time.
that guy said in the video too. They don't go down, which is kind of
Yeah.
weird. You know?
It does, yeah, it is weird. I have no idea what it is, but maybe, I mean, that green there. It's interesting that this person is saying that. I'm assuming it's a woman. But before earthquakes, one of the things, I don't know if you, I talked about this, but you might notice this if you live in an earthquakey area, is seeing this intense, like lime green energy right before earthquake.
I hate that energy. When
It's
I see
really
it, it's
intense.
When I
Yeah,
see it, it's real negative
It's
energy from the
negative.
astral plane. For me, it's like real. That's how I know if like a conference is bad, especially spiritual, because there's like this. It's like this
That's the lime
lime
color
green.
you're talking about. You're talking about that weird
Toxic,
yeah. Yeah, it's like a
and I
yellow green.
Well,
Yeah.
for me, it's more limey. It's
Lime
kind of a
green. Yeah, it's a lime green. It's like
and-
like neon colored, right?
Yeah, and it's just
Yeah.
like, you know what? Don't do it. You know,
Right,
that's-
right.
You know, but I'm thinking that ringing in the ear last weekend or
Yes.
whenever that was, I had that. That may be the earthquakey stuff. You know, because it was so unusual, this ear ringing. Because like for
Right.
fires for me, it's probably because the air is dry, but I get bad nosebleeds.
I've been getting those too.
And
earrings.
but the ear ringing, and also I've had a lot of headaches. So
Yeah.
I'm
Me
wondering.
too. Headaches and a
Same.
sound in my ear. It's
Yeah,
not
same.
ringing.
I've been getting ringing too.
It's
That's
a
weird.
tone, but it's not ringing. I've never had it before. I figured I was just gonna have a stroke, you know.
What kind of tone was it? What kind of
Pardon
tone?
me?
What is the
It's
tone?
just it sounds like energy sounds. It's not a hum, it's not a ring. It's just this tone. I can't explain it because it doesn't sound like anything I can identify it with.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is it only which ear is it in?
It's in my
Both?
head. Yeah.
Oh, it's in your head. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Nice knowing you
Darcy
guys.
says we've had tons of sightings in Ohio, north side of the Appalachians, as we're still inside the region. You know, Ohio has had like another like Bigfoot wave. Out
Is it
there.
really?
It was like, yeah, it was like 2 or 3 months ago. I saw some news headlines that there just a ton of Bigfoot kind of sightings in Ohio very recently. Like it's
That's
like they're
interesting.
migrating there or something right now.
Maybe they are.
So-
You said
So
it was
Crystal,
a
again, that's what her dad saw in Tennessee.
sitting in a truck
So-
drinking. Of course, walked right across the road, right in front of the truck, close enough to touch the hood if it wanted. Wow, that's
Should have
intense.
offered him a beer.
Yeah, hey,
Go
I hear they're very
Don't
smelly.
drink beer. Headache currently present for at least 10 days at some
Yeah,
point.
I've been
of the
having a
year.
headache
Same
too
here.
for the last 10 days, all the time.
And
Yeah.
it's not like a headache. It's just this
Yes, like a low level
Yeah, it's
headache.
like
tight
Yes.
sore. Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
not
then,
good.
but then the third eye thing, like today, was
Uh-huh.
just like going nuts. I've had that too. It's like in
Right,
the headache
feeling like
thing,
buzzing,
and then yeah, it's
Right.
all buzzy and
Yep.
whatever. It finally calmed down like an hour ago, but it was like all afternoon. It was like, holy smokes, you know. I kept thinking
you
there
know
was
what-
something on me. It was so strong.
I
Oh,
get that.
wow.
I've had that. But you know what? I the headache thing is interesting, and the ear ringing thing, and the because that is one of the things that happens before earthquakes. I know. So people, everybody getting headaches, but we're getting them a very different place. I mean, I don't live near you.
I think
Maybe
this
it could
is
be
the
such a
environment.
massive. Well, what do you think if it's like such a massive earthquake coming
That's
that
what I
people
think.
are feeling it even far away? I hope not.
That's what I think. And like what Linda wrote in the comments, you know, like that big one in California, that they could measure it all the way in New York.
Right,
And
right.
so,
Maybe.
and then
Yeah.
even Oakland, I think of downtown Phoenix, there were pieces of buildings
Mhm.
coming off from
Wow.
that. And
Jeez.
so,
The new Madrid earthquake. Remember that one? That was
Yes.
okay, that rang church bells in Boston.
Wow.
yeah, so this is kind of what I think is going on, why so many people are picking up on this. And then the headaches and
Yeah.
It's
I
like
wonder, where does
strange-
Darcy live? Darcy, what part of the country are you in?
she's in Ohio, I think.
Oh, she's
Let
in
us know,
Ohio. So
Darcy.
she's not that far from me. She's not
Yeah.
that far from me.
10 days is a
Yeah.
long
Well, that's
time.
about how long I've
Yeah.
had it too. About a week and a half.
Yeah, you're right,
Don't
Chris.
forget.
If one goes, there could be a The
It is
headache
annoying.
is annoying. She's in
Try BC powder.
Oh.
Try BC powder. That takes it away. Yeah, for a time at least. It'll come back, but at least you'll get relief from it for like 4 or 5 hours. You know what? That does make me wonder if maybe there is a massive earthquake coming, like she said, and maybe it'll trigger maybe something this way, the New Madrid quake kind of thing too, or God, I hope not.
Well, I think it's some general intense energy shift. And
You're right.
Why we're all because I just feel like when you get a tension headache and your back of your head.
Yes.
Yeah. But I get it elsewhere. But that's what I feel like, tense. There's something's
happening. Coming. Something's coming. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Do you guys might be related to some kind of attack or something like that, or something about to happen in this country?
No, I don't.
We've never experienced that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it something like that?
I don't usually get feelings about natural disasters. I'm oblivious to what's outside. I just don't. But people and events with people, yes.
So do you think it's related to some kind of thing about to happen that's maybe really disturbing?
It could also just be that more and more and more people are really starting to freak out. They're really starting to get. You turn on YouTube and there are endless videos about people living in their car. I just got evicted. I can't afford groceries. I don't know what to do. And they're all people that are trying to work. These are not just looking for a handout. Yeah. Genuinely, people are having a really gigantic struggle. It's getting worse and worse and worse. And I think it's like a logarithmic realization. There were us making the noise for a long time, and now people are coming to the realization, I think.
I think that's happening as well. I think that's part of it, yeah.
But part of what you're picking up, Denise, and what I feel that could be wrong, but I think like under Area 51 and, even under Dulce, I've got a video about that. They were doing nuclear testing under there.
Oh,
and so this is what I'm kind of thinking is if you've got the earth already, these plates going, and then they're doing this testing on top of that, what is that going to do? And is that going to create some kind of leakage into the aquifer, or is this going to get even more of it going? That's kind of the sense I have. Like this area here, when they were doing all the nuclear testing in the 50s or whatever, it's still toxic because, and so
of course
Trump, of course, stopped it. But for years and years, you would hear public service announcements if anyone has cancer or dies of that. You would get money from the government because the wind was carrying. And so from the radiation from that. And so they stopped, Trump stopped that, of course. But I kind of feel.
But hey, the stock market.
In the first term, did he do that, or was it just recently?
Yeah, he stopped at the first term.
Did. Yeah.
And so that's kind of my concern. It's like, why was this swarm of them under Area 51? Why is Dulce coming back into the consciousness again? Because they were doing nuclear testing under that too. I'm not so sure about the alien story, but I think that they were doing it because it was some kind of like nuclear for good. We can extract more natural gas under here, and radiation and stuff can make you kind of like see things, and so I'm open-minded about this. It could be UFOs, it could be something else, and but that's the sense I've had is like, and where was that big where they were burying all that stuff? Was it Nevada? All this nuclear waste, they were putting it in that mountain and nobody wanted it there.
Are you talking about the Hopi situation, or they were extracting?
No, this is this is like old nuclear waste that they were putting. I don't remember that mountain, but a lot of people didn't want it there, and so you've got that. And then the other thing that's making things unstable are all these friggin' data centers that are just like popping up everywhere, and they're sucking up so much water.
Yes.
Like look at Oklahoma; they never used to have earthquakes until they started fracking. And then you have, with all this water being taken, it's a term called land subsidence. and that means the land is like sinking. And there's
Collapsing,
all
yeah.
these and there's cities
Wow.
that are collapsing. Even Phoenix is on that list because the water's getting sucked out, so it's creating this big hole, and everything is collapsing.
Wow.
Yes, and
Wow.
so
Yucca-
you've
Yucca
got that.
Mountain.
Yucca Mountain, that's what it is. Thank you.
Wow.
And so this is just so weird what I kind of picked up like sometime this week before your video. I saw I don't even know how to explain it, like this oozy stuff coming up through cracks. I don't know what it is, but it had something, so it could be something. How I interpret it was like this crap that's buried, coming up, but it was like this oozy, like almost maybe like an reddish oil sediment or some kind of weird thing. It was just like I saw cracks in this weird oozy stuff, and I don't know what it is.
Was it like blood? Maybe it's a metaphor.
Yeah, it was kind of like a reddish sort of, kind of a reddish dirt color, but But I feel like there is something coming, and people are feeling this across the country. I think it's going to be that big.
Yeah,
How weird. You saw reddish dirt, and you saw the ground stabbed and
stabbed.
Is this the Earth? Is
I know, because that's what I'm thinking. Because then the other thing it reminded me of a meditation I had a while back. I wrote it down. I don't know where I put it, but maybe it's in. I don't know. It might have been in one of the Substack things about this massive, like just this massive earthquake, kind of dividing. I don't know if it's literally true, right?
Right.
But this massive earthquake kind of going through the center and kind of dividing this continent. Now it could be a metaphor for the world kind of dividing.
It runs right.
It could be the New Madrid Fault. It could be that. This kind of
over that. Yeah, whatever is going to hit this first
like
one.
My body feels like it's Southern California.
People are
freaking
freaking out. Let's see. Lots of quakes in Nevada. That's exactly right, HBH.
Wow.
To me, this is Darcy. To me, the feeling is like there's a break in the concept of continuity. Exactly.
Yeah.
Instability of the entire world makes everything feel slightly unreal but menacing. That is so well written. That is so true.
Yeah, that's right.
We can't build on an assurance that the world will be here tomorrow. I felt this way after a year of caregiving my grandma in hospice. The feeling I feel here is that feeling I got her last week.
It's a paradigm shift. Yeah.
I think you're right. It's kind of like what people described during the Nazi phenomena when the Nazis.
Joy.
Hey there. Where people said they were walking around and everything looked the same, but everything was different.
Yeah,
and they couldn't explain it. But that's kind of what I think is similar to that. I keep thinking of the continent breaking into. I feel them on my body, really. Wow. Interesting. Hi, Joy.
Hey, Joy.
I don't see how we could be the only continent affected.
Not if it's that big.
No.
Yeah.
It'll be everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The native people have that. I don't know which tribe it is, but they have talking about there's a prophecy that I don't remember which one, about the world starting, like earthquakes, and it, like to the point where the earth won't stop shaking, and it's just shaking everywhere. Do you know that?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I don't remember what
I have, but I don't think it's the ones out here. I don't.
No, it's.
But I've heard it too.
It is. Yeah, it's interesting.
That's not good.
No, not good.
Really not good.
Other thing is the crescent moon was facing up like horns. Wow, that's interesting. I'll have to go out and look for that, Tiffany. That's interesting.
Yeah, when was that?
I don't know. Was that last night, Tiffany?
I don't know. I don't know when that was either.
Let me see if Sky now if it's.
We usually can't see the moon. Not clouds.
We thought they had rain today. It was so nice.
Yay, St. John's, right on.
We're almost in a new moon. Yeah.
We had rain too, Deborah, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, but you have it all the time.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, so Tiff says she remembers it a couple nights ago. Well, that's odd. That's
okay,
odd.
yeah.
Thank you,
it was close to the new moon. Yeah, interesting.
Okay,
Wow,
you want to
that's
see
cool.
the thing about Dulce and
Sure.
give your
Yeah,
comments
of course.
about it?
Yeah,
So
sure.
what this is, it was a public domain produced like 9 or 10 years ago. So I tried to clean it up a little bit through the script, and so I put
To New
captions and
Mexico,
stuff. Where are we?
located right on the
So there
Colorado-New
we are.
Mexico border. It is a quiet town with a population just under 4,000. It is the tribal headquarters of the Jicarilla Apache Reservation, and is also the alleged location of a secret underground alien base. It was winter 1967 in rural New Mexico. Project Gas Buggy is underway as part of U.S. Operation Plowshare, a program designed to find peaceful uses for nuclear explosions, or so they claim. In what might have been a covert operation, part of the 1954 periodic treaty that took place during the Eisenhower administration, and where there was an agreement to let aliens experiment on human beings in exchange for technology. The subsurface was being hollowed out for the creation of underground base. A decade later, a businessman and UFO researcher, Paul Venowitz, was in Albuquerque investigating a cattle mutilation when he claimed he had intercepted a radio communication that he thought was coming from an installation outside of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Benowitz would later partner up with local law enforcement official and gaming control board investigator Gabe Valdez, who would later confirm that Paul Benowitz was onto something. Gabe Valdez was the center figure in an investigation on cattle mutilations, where he made his own experiments to figure out how the cattle were being selected, and started to see a pattern on the cows under UV lights of a glitter-like substance on the cattle. He also frequently reported sightings of strange flying objects that seemed to have dominated the Jicarilla Apache town of Dulce, New Mexico since the mid-1970s. He also claimed that he had came across mysterious tracks that led him to believe there was a base there. During an interview, he claims he thinks he had gotten too close to the truth, and that had drawn the attention of unpleasant characters. When he later discovered his phone had been tapped, among other things, that led him to stop his investigations. His reports and findings led to an FBI investigation on the mutilations, but was shortly called off due to jurisdiction issues. The story spread rapidly within the UFO community, and by 1990, ufologist John Lear, son of Bill Lear, founder of the Learjet Corporation, which would later go on to make parts for the space shuttle's main engine, claimed that he had independent confirmation of the base's existence, which gave validity to the possibility of a base there. This is where the events start taking a sinister turn. We introduce Phil Schneider and Thomas Castillo, who will dive into deeper in another video, claimed to be an ex-government structural engineer who helped in construction of the base, and lumpily came out to the public after a military incident at the base in 1979, which subsequently led to his mysterious death days before he was scheduled to do a lecture on the subject.
Oh my God.
He was found dead at his hotel with a catheter around his neck, which was really suicide. Many were skeptic about this, as he publicly claimed, "If you find me dead, I did not commit suicide."
Sounds like
Thomas
what's going
Castillo
on
claimed
now.
to be a security technician at the base, who also went public on the disclosure of the base, releasing sketches of the levels at Dulce, who also went missing there shortly after. With their combined intel, we get to see exactly what was happening at the base, which ranged from atomic manipulation, cloning, studies of the human aura, advanced mind control applications, animal-human crossbreeding, and many more bizarre experiments. The base consisted of 7 levels and an underground shuttle system that led to Los Alamos. Level 1 is a security and communication station. Level 2 was for human staff housing. Level 3 mostly consisted of government offices and labs. Level 4 through 7 is where things start to get really dark. At level 4, there are experiments and research done on humans, as well as aspects of dream manipulation, hypnosis, and telepathy. On level 5 consists of alien housing in cages incarcerating men, women, and children. Level 6, also known as Nightmare Hall, contains genetic labs. Here is where the crossbreeding experiments of humans and animals are done. The 7th level is a cryogenic storage with hundreds of human bodies. Humans were not allowed past level 4, but during the 1979 expansion of the base, it was accidentally discovered by Phil Schneider that they had dug into a pre-existing section of area the alien greys had already dug into, where they uncovered very dark experiments that were not agreed upon during the Greada Treaty, and a confrontation broke out with security and aliens at the base. A report on the base and its experiments was sent to Captain Major Ellis Lloyd Richard Jr. and Jimmy Carter, under a secret presidential order signed by President Jimmy Carter and the NSA's Department C. An attack was ordered on the base by Major Ellis Lloyd Richards. Using the newly established Delta Force, an especially hand-picked group of Air Force, Navy SEAL, and Army Rangers, a mission was organized. A mission so secret, not even the commanding officers were told about it until the night of the attack. This event led to Phil Schneider going on the run when he left the base during the attack, which he had evidenced by showing his injuries when he claimed he was shot with a laser beam by one of these gray aliens. Shortly after going on tour for conferences where he claimed to have physical evidence, which he displayed rare metals and materials amongst many photos, he was found dead January 17, 1996, in what appeared to be a suicide by strangulation. Many claim he would have been unable to commit suicide that way because of his injuries that limited his physical motion. Here is where the story goes cold, with much speculation on details and events that took place thereafter. Not much is known after this event, after many suspicious deaths of lead and key figures disappearing and going to prison. Some claim the base is still in operation, but only as a shadow of its former self, with some still questionable and unethical experiments still taking place. While some of the information is anecdotal, there seems to be too many angles for this story to be completely dismissed. What do you guys think? Is there a base in Dulce, New Mexico? Did a secret battle between aliens and humans take place?
I believed Phil Schneider. I mean, he actually had part of his fingers missing too, and he showed it. And it's like it were clearly like it was not a normal looking injury. Like it looked like it was burned off. And
people were trying to say that he was dumb and making stuff up, but then his wife came out like with his SAT scores and whatever. And his IQ was like 163. He was no idiot. And
no, I believe.
And the thing too is, isn't that weird how he dies and puts out these things, if I die, it's not suicide. And it's just like all this stuff going on right now.
That's why I said when this was going on, I'm like, people are like, oh, this happened before in the 90s. Phil Schneider was the same. It was the same thing, There was a wave of people who were killing themselves, who were related to this stuff back then.
Or
what
dying
are they
of weird cancer?
Yeah, what's going on with it makes you wonder what's going on, why these scientists, he was legit. He was too emotional about it, and he was too, and the story never changed, and he would get worked up about it. If it was just BS, I've seen people like Corey Good, who he's clearly full of crap. I mean, you can just tell, there's no emotional thing. He's very like, he was getting really he was reliving it, But what I wonder though is why is all of these scientists that are going missing, dying mysteriously, being murdered? I know his poor hands. I agree. They all seem to have there's a similar thing. They're all there seems to be a cluster of the same thing that they're working on. It has to do with metal alloys and gravitational fields and stuff like that. And what's going on there?
Well, and New Mexico. What is the New Mexico thing? Okay, so you've got Alabama, Huntsville. Is that word? Where is that base, Huntsville? And then New Mexico. There's these two ties to these areas about whatever's going on out there.
This book talks about the investigations that they did, and what you see on TV, that's like the second tier Hollywood thing. That's not, the real story is much more scientifically rigorous and long-term national intelligence, the Pentagon. It's pretty serious. And one of the things they talk about in both Dulce and at Skinwalker Ranch is that they would hear noises, mechanical noises, weird metallic banging coming from the ground. And they all thought they were losing their minds. I don't know.
I've heard that though, hanging in the air from nowhere. And it's happened multiple times, and other people heard it as well. Just like a sound of like metal hitting metal, just like out in nature, walking around and just hanging there. Could it be metaphysical?
Well, could this be the disclosure that all these people are talking about, right? So all these people are saying, oh, there's going to be some kind of disclosure. What if it starts because there's some freaking earthquake that opens this shit up? And we see stuff.
That would be ironic.
I mean, why not?
No,
no, I'm not.
I don't.
I'm not discounting it. I'm freaking out. I don't want to be.
And that might be this ooze I'm seeing. It's like,
You never know. You never know. Yeah, it's anything's possible. Yeah, interesting idea. I mean, yeah.
So, part of what adds a little bit to the, I'm sort of half and half with this. I believe the Native Americans,
Yeah.
they say that it's simple. Oh, my nose isn't growing, but they're not going to lie about stuff like, wasn't she cute?
Cute, really,
And,
yeah.
I lost my train of thought. What I was
No,
saying.
yeah, the Native American, but they also have a long history with this being like exchanges between. I mean, I have a book on that actually. It's really not uncommon for the Native people to have interactions with these aliens, whatever you call it, and it goes back all through the culture, and a lot of them don't know about it because it's lost. But this woman, more of the world's, this woman documented all of these cases because what happened with all the Native communities, unfortunately, is they were not just genocided, but they were taken, their culture was taken from them.
Yes.
They were turned they were sent to like these horrible Christian schools and beaten for speaking the language. So a lot of them don't know their history and don't know about those things, right? And so she was actually taking and collating all these stories of people who are Native who had these encounters with ETs. Know more about the country than anybody. Yeah, that's right. And there were dozens of them, and they were unaware that other people, that it was part of their culture. They didn't know that part of it. But except there was this one story about these repeated like landings of a UFO and this taking water from this lake and people in that area seeing that the UFOs, and like the grandparents happened to, so this was like in the 70s or 60s, and the grandparents were like, no, this is part, we have an agreement with them. They come here because they're our ancestors. That's what they were saying. So anyway, that was an interesting combination. So maybe that's why there's so much interaction in that part of the world, because the Native people were kind of pushed into that area, and maybe all of that activity, because it was their land, kind of followed them too. I don't know. I mean, not to say there wasn't already stuff going on there, but they do have a really enmeshed history with all that stuff.
Well, funny.
So you reminded me before I lose my thought, I'm sorry, what I was going to say where I lost it. These underground tunnels, they opened up like 8 or 9 years ago from Los Alamos. And that's, all this tunnel that everybody was speculating on. It's a conspiracy theory. Well, then the government finally said, okay, it's declassified. And it was like on the news on here that there really is some tunnel. And so there's speculation that it connected from Los Alamos up to Dulce. So
yeah,
anyways,
that makes sense.
Helen, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I didn't want to lose that thought.
Don't worry about it. We're all yakking. What was I going to say? Oh, really weird that Denise would say that they're all connected, that the Native, and the UFOs. These investigators, these are big shot mainstream scientists. They're not fantabulists, They went home only to discover that there was poltergeist paranormal activity in their house.
Yeah.
The
hitchhikers. They call them hitchhikers.
Yep.
And all kinds of weird stuff, apparitions and globes and orbs and stuff. And one guy had an office when he wasn't at Skinwalker, and in the cubicle next to him was a woman, and she didn't know what he had been doing.
And it happened to her too.
Her brother, who lived in a different state, called her up and said, "I've got ghosts and orbs and stuff in his house."
Right. Yeah,
they call them hitchhikers. I'm in the VIP club for Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing that
behind the scenes where you could ask the scientists and the people there different.
Well, that's
so we had a conversation. It's really cool. It's not the TV show. You can actually, it's for $30 a year or something. It's worth it because you can go talk to everybody there. And,
that's cool.
But that's what they call them, are hitchhikers.
Yeah,
but they show up at their houses with this like weird stuff.
Well, it's
that
part of the
Helen
whole
was talking
phenomenon,
about.
though, across the board. Like Lou Elizondo, it's in his book that before he was given that assignment, they said, well, there might be some unusual things that come with this. And he's like, what do you mean? And and they basically said, well, people have been known to have this strange phenomena happen in correlation with this. And he did it, and it happened to him, and he totally didn't think anything was going to happen.
Yeah.
But anybody who's ever had any kind of UFO experience, there's always all kinds of this stuff that's residual. It's the Linda Moulton Howe used the word high strangeness. It's like that is actually part of the phenomenon. It doesn't matter who.
They kind of compare it to like a contagion, an infection.
Yes, yeah. I think what it is. My theory is that whatever their technology is, that they bend space-time.
Yes.
And that if you're in the field, it bends your kind of interaction in space-time. And that's and it's sort of like a hangover effect that lasts after you're interacting with it. Because then
I agree with that. That's what I think too. HB8 said Kachinas are from California mountains, and as I understand, come in the form of lights. They visit at certain times. And out here, the Kachinas are Hopi. And a really good friend, I went to this place, and the Hopi were there, and they had Kachinas that would levitate, carved. They had put so much, like it was the Hopi women would do this.
Right, build
I
the
think
dolls.
the Kachinas are tied to that the thunder beings that you're talking about. I think that's their cultural
I think there's
equation to it.
Right,
It's
they have
like
a different
equal corresponds.
Right, yeah. That makes kind of sense. Yeah, there's sort of a crossover there. Yeah. The book of Hopi and talks about the Hopi clans. People
we're all from somewhere else.
Being from this world, they were at home is elsewhere. Beautiful, very interesting book.
Yep.
Yeah. Then that's a really common theme that they come from the stars. Those are their star ancestors.
Yep.
It's a repeated theme. And also it's interesting because, the whole land bridge theory that was part of now they're really they were here somehow else. They don't know how they got here. Got dumped here from another planet, I guess. I don't know.
Well,
I think we were all dumped here in a way.
Look at Greek and Roman mythology. I mean, they were created by the people from the stars. They just
everybody. Yes, it's all in every culture. If you go far enough back, it's in there. It's just we don't have that kind of connection to the ancestral information because all of it kind of got destroyed. I mean, I think a lot of that stuff might have been in the Library of Alexandria, but then that was burned to the ground, and I don't know. We don't have the same oral tradition that they have.
Well, it's probably at the Vatican. Watch my next videos.
Probably it might be.
It probably is. It was years ago. When I had the God discussion, one of the editors of Vogue, wasn't Vogue. Some big magazine.
Vanity Fair.
Vanity Fair. That's who it was.
Yeah.
He had spent some time like in the depths of the Vatican and talked about some of the secrets that are there. And so I read his book and had him on. It was crazy, the stuff that they have taken and appropriated and put down in there. And he was like, this probably isn't even, a dent in all the information that they have taken.
Oh, they've taken anything out that competes with their narrative that basically challenges their total control. It's a control system. That's all it is. 100%.
Guess what? I got some wonderful news today. Maybe not so wonderful for, however many million Catholics there are. But remember I said there was going to be a schism in the American Catholic Church? The Pope this week threatened that you guys do that one more time, you're excommunicated, and it's a schism.
Whoa! So wait, what? I knew you were going to be right about this.
Who does what?
Yeah, who does what, and what are you talking about?
So there's a group. I didn't look at the names because I was in a hurry, but there's a group of what they call traditional Catholics. Listen, I knew some of them. They're crazy.
What does that mean? Are they MAGA?
They want everything to go back pre-Vatican Council. So the priest turns his back to the people in the Mass. They do only Latin, no vernacular.
So it hasn't been for like 60 years.
I know. They want women it's the, the trad wife dream of all the insecure men,
Wow.
They want to go back in time. It's very white Christian national with the Catholic.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Is what it is. Yeah. So he, the Pope, is tired of having to fight with these American bishops that are just, they're doing things that, like, they're having their own rituals and their own ceremonies that have not been approved by the Vatican. You can't do that, apparently. And he told them several times, you can't do that. You have to go through the hierarchy and get, get the approvals. And they just thumbed their noses at him. And he said, okay, last warning, next time you're excommunicated.
Wow. So what happens if that happens? They start their own church?
Be like Henry VIII. There'll be a schism.
They'll start their own American Catholic
Church. American MAGA Catholic Church.
Wow. And you know what? And that, remember we were talking about Malachi, who was the predictor of all the popes, and the last pope was supposed to be, Benedict, I think, and then he pulled out. He was like, oh, and then they put someone else in there. I thought that seemed like some kind of way to mess with that prophecy. I think that whole thing, because it didn't make any sense. Well, but then I thought this guy's probably going to be the end of the popes.
If you go back to Malachi's predictions, the last pope is black. So
is black.
I thought, pardon me?
He's a black man, the last one?
Yes. So
I thought he had the name, I thought he was named Benedict, though. The last one was supposed to be Benedict.
Maybe, I don't know, but he was.
I think that's right.
And I was thinking when they picked this pope, and he was, from a white guy from Chicago, I thought, oh, well, there goes all those predictions out the window. But my husband informed me the other day that Pope Leo actually has African-American blood.
Oh, right. Oh, wow. He was also living in Africa. Oh. He was actually living in Africa for a long time.
Yeah.
And he was helping.
I'm like, oh, well, let's get back on the Malachi prediction train.
I mean, he was right about all of them until that Benedict thing. And that was supposed to be the last one. But then he did that weird,
they got rid of him.
Bow out. I kind of think there was some kind of freak out about that. I don't know. I think it was some kind of an attempt
he was really controversial in a kind of a quiet way. You knew about it. It was controversial. He was a Nazi.
I know. Yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, he says he wasn't. He was a child and they put him in his parents put him in that, but whatever,
that's true. They had
and that may have been true. And it's not like he's really believes that. I mean, and that's fair enough. But yeah.
But he had very fascist views.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think he was a fascist, but yeah. But anyway, so that's I totally thought you were going to be right about that. I totally
That's right. They're from Louisiana. Yeah.
Wasn't one bunch of telling me, oh, really? From New Orleans?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I mean, it makes sense. I think he grew up maybe in the south side of Chicago. I think.
But they immigrated from New Orleans.
From New Orleans. And
from that area.
Yeah. That makes sense. That's interesting.
So he's got when I found that out, I thought, oh my God, how about that?
Yeah, there you go. Well, he also did live and do all of his missionary work in Africa as well.
Yeah.
So that's
all right. Question for the panel. Twofold. We'll start with you, Bove. What do you pick up about earthquakes and this disclosure stuff and war and just life in general?
I can't help feeling I've known you long enough to trust you all the way down to the ground. So if you're saying you have a feeling or you have reason to believe this, that, or the other, you know me, Deborah. I grab your coattails and hang on and go for a ride. I mean, that's how it's been for like 30 frickin' years. As far as the thought of the continent splitting, it brings me back to when we were hanging out in the 90s and the I Am America map was the big
Oh
deal.
yeah, that was a big thing.
Where,
Yeah.
Right, where California was going to fall off the face
Oh,
of the
really? Yeah.
earth, and you
Yeah.
know, and shore
Yeah.
property was going to be available in Arizona,
That's right.
and all that. So I don't know with everything that is going on, and I mean Trump, Epstein,
Right.
Iran. I mean everything, worldwide
Cuba.
chaos.
You have another
destruction.
orb. You had
You had
another
orbs.
orb.
You're saying
Did you
the
see
Did
it?
I didn't see it. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
see
Yeah.
it. All I know is anything's possible, and I'm preparing the best way that I know how.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only. And by the way, your hair looks cute. I think you got a haircut.
Thank you. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
14 inches.
It looks good. It's nice.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, that's
I
good
feel
for
like
summer.
I feel
Very good.
Marcy from the Peanuts.
No, you look cute. It looks good on you. It's
It
very
looks
nice.
good.
Cooler,
Yes.
huh? Feels
Yeah, it looks
It
really
is.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Thank
looks good on
you.
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, and they
That's
say
my
when you
2
cut your
cents.
hair, it's like you're releasing like old burdens and things that you don't need anymore. So
I
you're
need a
probably going to
haircut.
feel better about your life, doing that.
I
I
was too
feel really good this spring, and I suffer from season affective disorder that
You
kicks
have a
in
cool
April to
vibe.
September. I'm doing wonderful.
That's good.
Mhm.
That's
That's
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So what do you pick up, Helen, about earthquakes, etc.?
Well, I grew up in Southern California, and so I lived in a constant state of apprehension that there was going to be another earthquake, and there always was. I don't
Yeah.
particularly get psychic hits about them. Earthquakes are inevitable. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
They can happen anytime, anywhere. It's a given. So, I moved to get away from them. The joke's on me. Let's not talk about it.
Right. But you know what though? That's the thing about earthquakes is they literally are happening constantly. However, the big ones that affect people, they do have a different thing. Like I just know because I'm not from California. And so moving into California from Chicago, where that was the only thing you could count on was that the ground was stable beneath your feet. It might turn to like negative 60 degrees with a wind chill, and you might like have 10 feet of snow dumped on you, and it might but you knew at least the earth was going to stay the same. You know what I mean? So when I went there, it was like really freaked me out.
Yeah.
But I noticed a pattern, maybe because I'm not from there. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't grow up in it. Because all the people I knew that grew up in there is just sort of like, well, whatever, they happen. But people are just used to it. But I noticed that before big earthquakes, there were certain patterns that always preceded them. One was animals obviously would start acting weird, which is, so you get a lot of animals acting bizarre. You also would get people acting really weird. People become very aggressive driving. They start driving kind of crazy. People start getting headaches, and they can get really crazy driving. I've seen it get right before an earthquake. I've seen people going like that, weaving over lanes. People, they get kind of irritable, and also there's a lot of green energy, like just really brilliant green energy, like you can just see. And I know not everybody
You see it
sees
before tornadoes.
No, I don't mean like the green color of the sky that you see before hail. I'm talking
like
about a psychic, like it's really brilliant green, neon green that you can see coming out of the earth. And not everybody has clairvoyance, but if you do see that, if you see a flash of bright green, or you see that in some kind of form, it's definitely a big earthquake is coming. Little earthquakes don't have that. They don't have all those features. The reason I think is because when there's about to be a big earthquake, this is my theory. I think there's a noise, a resonant sound that the earth is actually making like something you can't hear physically, but your body picks up on. And I think it annoys the animals. I think it makes people restless and angry and feeling really crappy and gives them a headache. And then within usually a day of that, there's a big earthquake. I think that's what's happening, is the earth is doing something on a subterranean level and creating a frequency that's irritating. And people pick up on it, they don't even know it. I'm
going to make a psychic prediction here. It's going to shock everybody. There's going to be an earthquake.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But no, I mean sooner rather than later.
We're overdue.
Yeah, I think that's what everybody is feeling, and the reason I think it's going to be big is because it's just stretches across the country. You know, I mean, I had no idea any of this was going on until Al shared that thing, and then we find out even through the cosmic fold, it's like all over the country. People have been around that same time frame. So that's
if there was a 9.3 earthquake, like the dream I had back in 2012 or whatever, 2013. If there was a 9.3 earthquake, people would feel it across the entire continent. That is true. That would be enough. I mean, because people felt earthquakes, like you said, from Loma Prieta, which was like a 6 point something. A 9 is so big. It's so epically big that it would probably shake the entire continental plate, you know. That would be bigger than the one that happened that caused the tsunami in Fukushima. And that, like they said, actually changed the rotation of the earth. Like we lost like a millisecond of time permanently.
I can't worry about that. I have got so many things to worry about.
You don't have to worry about it. It'll happen when it happens, but
I know.
Yeah, and you'll be fine.
You'll be fine. It's just, you know.
No, it's not the outcome. It's the process of going through it. I don't like
it either.
Wheels and roller coasters, and I don't
like earthquakes. I really don't like earthquakes.
I've only been in a couple of them, and it's always been in Las Vegas. You know,
Really?
and all the chandeliers and everything.
Oh wow, that's weird.
It's every time. I've only been to Vegas like 3 times, and two of them had the earthquakes going on.
Crazy.
Wow.
So, Joy, it's both. So green, depending on the color, can be a healing color, but the color green that is problematic is not the like emerald green, like like a nice green. The color that's problematic. So the earth, that kind of distressed earth color is like a neon lime green. In someone's aura, when you see this like chartreuse kind of really like neon chartreuse color, that's they're lying, or they're being manipulative, or they're not, or they're a charlatan. But that really neon green, that's like almost, it's hard to describe. It's not a good color. But green generally is a color. Regular green is actually, like the emerald green is a healing color, and it's a heart chakra color. The color of the heart chakra is positive, but these greens are not. They're something else.
Yeah.
It's muddy. You've shown me the
chartreuse. It doesn't have to be muddy to be lying. It's just that some people, like Trump, has a lot of that, but it's muddy. It's because he's kind of muddled.
There's a surprise.
But it can be really brilliant and bright and like neon colored when somebody's really putting on a performance, like they're trying to fool you. Actually, that's what, and you see neon colors in people's aura. It's falsity, in whatever color it is. But that particular color, I guess, because it's related to the heart, and you should be talking from your heart or being authentic.
Yeah.
And yellow is your solar plexus, your will. So that mix, I guess, with it being in that spectrum that's not natural, it's like somebody trying to put on that they're being authentic and that they're showing, you know. I think that's what I have.
Is that true for like psychopaths who, it's not that they're deliberately doing, it's kind of part of their nature? Is that the same for them, the energy?
I've only seen one person that was like a psychopath, so I can't speak to, I don't know. But psychopaths, from my experience, they're kind of camouflaged. And then when you see the dark side of them, they're like black. Their aura is like demonic or black kind of feeling.
God.
It's really dark. Yeah.
Right. And and they don't. That's what I was going to say. They don't have that bright green with it because yeah, there's a, and then and sometimes that green comes with like this weird. Now I don't see auras unless I am really, really tired. That's the only time I see them.
I thought you were going to say really, really drunk.
I don't know. I could crack a beer and see. I'm going to drink a little bit in Dulce. Maybe I'll see all kinds of stuff out there. But yeah, when I'm really tired, I see them. And I don't. It's rare that I see that bright green around.
It's not a normal. You shouldn't see it. It's not a good color. Yeah, I don't see it very. It doesn't happen that often. Yeah.
When I first met Denise, I knew, that she read auras, and so I told her, "Look, I don't want you looking at the black cloud. That's
That's why I keep the lights off here so she can't see it.
No, it doesn't matter."
Emerald green.
Yeah, emerald green is.
Yeah, the emerald green is good.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I don't care for that.
The
other green.
Yeah,
it's
like a weird kind of.
Yeah.
All right, so your turn. What do you pick up generally, Denise, about disclosure of UFOs and potential earthquake and just whatever we've talked about tonight?
Well, I have a hard time with timing of things because it seems like, but that's why I got astrology can be helpful. But I definitely think there is some kind of, it seems like having that being warning through that spirit conversation and then all this sort of other, that there probably is a big earthquake coming, I don't know. Maybe it will be a year from now. Maybe it'll be 5 days from now. I mean, but it could be more imminent because people are kind of getting some of the symptoms that you notice. If I was in LA, I probably could tell more because you would notice people talking about having headaches or driving weird. People pay attention to it in your area. If that you see those signs and it's within a day or two, and just prepare yourself for that. But usually those kind of really intense symptoms don't happen until it's really close. So if this is a really big earthquake and everybody's getting headaches across the country, it's probably coming soon, I would think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or something.
Yeah.
Another thing I was thinking too, these data centers, they might be putting one out here, but one of the problems that they have is, this is kind of off topic, but the noise that they generate.
I've heard that.
It's like this constant sound, and then somebody came and measured like the frequencies that comes.
Right.
These damn things are going to just knock off everybody's like psychic whatever. Because one guy, there was somebody in Georgia, I think it was, where it's loud. You could find these on YouTube videos.
Right.
It's so loud that people can't sleep. Talk about going insane because you can't sleep. Sleep deprivation. That is not good for physical or mental health.
No, that's terrible.
And I was thinking about sticking the staff in the ground. It's kind of maybe something to stop this crap because it's just going to, like this feeling that people feeling earthquakes, they react and they don't know what it is, but they feel it. And so this guy had measured like the frequencies coming out of these data centers, and it kind of does the same thing. So if you're around these things and they're saying it's like 520 miles, they're still testing how this affects you.
Wow.
To have these,
that's
like a gigantic turd blossoming on the planet. I mean, they're huge. That one in Utah is like, what is it? 40,000 acres.
Oh my God.
40,000 acres. Can you imagine? And then plus they produce like this light. And so people have light pollution. Their whole sleep cycle
gets
is
disrupted
affected by this.
Well, you remember,
and people
like
are having to sleep in their basements with pillows on because
the other thing about that, though, being next to a thing that's that much electricity is running through it. I mean, there are studies, and it's been proven that electrical, like when they have those big electrical,
transformers,
and people that live right next to those have a much higher incidence of cancer, like a lot higher.
Oh yeah.
Leukemia, children get it. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
so
I've worked on lawsuits about that, and
yes,
it's in Arizona, it's pretty much banned now. You can't do that. Gary
right,
from Sedona and I were testing all of this stuff, and I felt because there was a line by where I was, it was like I would just I already had a head injury, but it like triggered the epileptic thing where
right.
my legs would go out, and so people. That's why I keep it kind of dark in here. I can't
Right,
handle that
right.
much light coming from the computer. I'll go into a seizure. That's why I do it. But I had constant seizures from that, and so
Wow.
how they manifest for me is just losing complete control of my nervous system. So the legs collapse and all this other stuff. And
Wow.
it was really bad in that. And when I moved from that house, it pretty much stopped. It was
Wow.
from that. So I was just thinking these huge data centers, we
They're going to
think our
make people
society
sick.
is messed up
Yeah.
now. And the thing that just blows my mind is how much so many, it's like nobody was talking about it a year ago. There were a few of them, but now it's like all over rural America. They're putting these great big huge things in there. It's like in
Terrible. Yeah.
Texas. Texas already has this like insane drought, and they're
Oh,
putting
wow.
one in, and it's going to suck up all their water.
That's
There
right.
was a
Right.
place in I think it was Georgia where they're like, oh, it's not going to use
And
that much
it's just
water or whatever, and it just sucked up all this water. Everybody's water pressure went down,
Pressure.
and
That's right. That's right.
they can't sleep because of this from all these fans
That's
going on.
awful.
And then even if they use quote alternative energy with solar or whatever to power these things, they have they, as a backup diesel generator. So that's why those people
Oh
in
my
Memphis are getting so sick. It causes cancer. It's
Yeah. Wow.
so in a way, oh no, Darcy, they're getting one, and there's talk about one
Oh,
coming
no.
out here too.
Oh,
And the
no.
thing
Well,
is,
we're
and they
disposable. We're dispensable.
Well,
They're
that's what I was
gonna
going to say. It's a metaphor for this like vampire capitalism where just sucks the
Yeah.
blood out of everybody, that sucks the waters. They don't give a shit about who they hurt or who they harm
The
or
love of money is the root of all
of
evil.
all evil.
It's
Yeah.
true. Well, there was in Utah, Box Elder County. I don't know if you saw that. That's where that 40,000 acre thing is going
That's
in.
ridiculous.
The whole community is there saying we don't want this, and
Right.
the board of
Yeah.
supervisors, whatever their
Yeah.
thing is,
We got our palms too.
grow up, shut up, and then they just go into another room and pass it, and it's like
Right, because
all
they're
of these
getting paid
places.
off. Because they're
Money.
getting
Yeah.
booked
That's right.
And then
from those
someplace in
companies.
Michigan where
Yeah.
the council actually did listen to their people, they're like, yeah,
We don't
we
want
can't
that.
have this. They wanted the
Yeah.
Oracle wanted to put one in there. So the council says no. So what does Oracle do? They like throw this gigantic lawsuit at this little rural town that there's no way they can afford to defend themselves in this lawsuit.
That's terrible.
So they folded 2 weeks later after they said no, they started building. And
Well,
I
this
think
is the thing.
that this is going to really screw people up. It's just because this
You
vibration.
know, that's probably the thing. When the
light.
Civil War starts, people will probably be bombing those things. That's what I think. People
I think that they will, because
Yeah.
we're looking at, I'm just kind of, these are just my own concerns and going off topic, but
Right.
we're looking at the water situation is so
Oh, yeah.
bad.
Oh, yeah. I
Like the
know.
Rio Grande is almost dry right now. So many parts like Colorado, Wyoming, they're
Colorado,
at
yeah.
17% of normal flow. The Colorado River,
17%?
oh God, yes. Colorado River is at like maybe 30% of its
Wait,
normal
so,
flow.
okay, now my question, what happens over the summer if you have a hot summer?
And they're putting data centers in.
Good question.
Tell me how that makes sense. And
No,
so
I mean-
it makes no sense at all. And
They
so we're
don't
running
care
out of
what
water.
happens
Don't care.
Exactly.
They
And
don't
so
care
the
what happens.
farmers, and because of Trump and Netanyahu's war, they
Yeah.
can't afford the freaking fertilizer
Fertilizer.
either.
Yeah,
They can't
right.
afford the gas and anything to power
Right.
these farms. So we
And
have
they
seen
can't
just
get
last
anybody
year.
to reap the crop because they're
Oh yeah, and
they're all
last
in
year
El
there was
Salvador.
like a 43% increase in bankruptcies of the farms.
That's not good.
By the end of this summer, you're looking at practically everybody going belly up.
Wow.
How the hell are people going to eat?
They're not.
And then you
That's
have
the-
these
that's
damn
the
data centers
problem.
all over, making them even more crazy with all
Right.
of this sound.
This is
And
going to
then
probably be the thing that starts the revolution. And I think, like, really, We were just talking about it before too. I think that's the thing that's going to push us into a civil war, like, or a revolution here in this country is that with all this crazy, you know, and Trump is not going to leave. I don't care what anybody thinks. He's not going to leave. And
exactly.
once people start to realize how far down the rabbit, right, exactly. But as soon as people start to realize this is just becoming Russia, I mean, people had a democracy in Russia and then they didn't.
Right.
And that's what happens. You know,
right. Yeah.
When you hollow out the institutions enough, you can mess around with how things work. And that's what's happening. And people say things that are just very naive, but we're headed that direction. I think, you know, he's going to gain it.
Well, there's a lot of talk.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
There'll be a blue wave at this November
Yeah.
election. And
Maybe.
They
But
are
doesn't
maybe,
matter.
Maybe.
they'll be,
Yeah.
but their hands are going to be completely
Tied.
because
I agree.
The structure of government
agree.
is broken. It's broken.
I agree. And even if there is a blue wave, he will find ways not to see them. He will find ways to say that there was cheating. He will try to like, you know, sue them in court. Yeah, I mean,
They stole the election.
And Joy is mentioning that they are opening nuclear power plants that were previously shut down. I haven't heard that. I'll have to look that up. But they are wanting to put these little mini nuclear power plants as a way of powering these data centers, because that's another thing. You think your electricity is high now? We're the ones that are paying for all the infrastructure going to these things.
Yeah.
So electric bills are going to be.
Well, that's people are having that problem where they're being charged insane amounts of money because of these data. Why is that happening? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because we're having to pay for the infrastructure. And so, like in Georgia, it was like last week, I think, on the Reddit, some guy, he normally had a $200 a month, you know,
went up to like $800.
two-bedroom. He had like a 2-bedroom apartment, and it's $900 now.
Right,
and
right.
it's to pay, and he's using less. That's how this works. Let me see. There were more.
Well, maybe everyone should get solar panels and just buck.
We're going to be hunched over our wood stove. You know?
Yeah.
That's, they don't care. They don't care. In fact, I think they're happy to have us all die off. They just don't care.
Well, that is the point.
Yeah.
Peter
I agree.
Thiel, who bankrolled J.D. Vance, that's the
I know.
Dark Enlightenment. That's the belief system. You get rid of all of
Oh
us.
my God! They purchased 3 Mile Island.
Tiffany.
Really? Holy crap!
Shit.
Microsoft. Oh God! Are you?
That makes
serious?
sense. We're all liable to be living off grid, and otherwise, in the next 10 years, we have no water and can't afford electricity. That's really true. I mean, that's where they're pushing people into full-on serfdom, like full-on feudalist serfdom, kind of. Oh yeah, it's really messed up.
Well, and these little nuclear things, so they're like these mini nuclear plants, and I think they're producing them. I've been following it for a couple of years now, and it's like really hot in our state legislature. They all want these little nuclear plants, and I'm just thinking, what the heck is the security around those? You know,
right.
They may be great right now, but I'm more worried about the security aspect of that.
Yeah.
And you're going to have
Really
all these things dotted all over the country.
That's a really scary and good point. I mean, they could be easily targeted. That's really scary. You're right.
You know, in the early 80s, when they made the first Mad Max movie, we went to the drive-in to see it because there was
Maybe
nothing
you're telling
else
me
to
about
do.
that. Yeah.
And we had a newborn, you know. And I remember the feeling like it was yesterday. And my newborn is now going through menopause.
And you get to laugh about it.
I turned to my husband and I said, "This is going to happen in our lifetime." And he's like, "Okay, yes, dear," you know. And everybody thought I was crazy. Well, isn't that what's happening? I mean,
it is a metaphor. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. I think,
Well, the data center construction has gone up just in the past like 6 months or whatever, 473%. So that's why it's like the entire freaking country. It's like everywhere. Just blink and bam, 473%.
That's insane. I mean, that plus, I mean,
and then the other thing about this is that they put these in, and what most people don't know is that the lifespan of these is only like 5 or 7 years.
What?
And So then you're going to have all this toxic mess if these things go under or what's going. People need to know about it, and it's being forced on these communities.
And they're not.
want it or
Nobody's
not.
reporting it. You don't see
Nobody
anything
wants
about this in the news. No, you don't see anybody covering this at all.
Unless it's like local news, you know. But
Right.
main-
But then if it's in one local area and one, nobody knows it's
Yeah.
happening across all over the place. You know
Well,
what I
you
mean?
saw the video that Deborah played earlier from the Fox News station talking about the Department of War. They're all in, fully in on the what is it called, propaganda.
Yeah. Oh no, they are. You're right.
Yep.
100%.
So
Yeah.
HBH, you are exactly right. I think the corporate government is going to buy out all the farmers. They are feeding all the information into Palantir. They have been buying up farms forever. It is true. I know my mother out on their farm, they're constantly trying to buy that. JD Vance is part of that group, Acreage.
What are they going to do with them?
Whatever.
What are they going to do with
They're
them?
make them all into data centers.
Oh my God.
They're going to buy
What
all of this.
How are people going to eat then? We're going to eat AI?
Us on purpose.
Wow.
No, they don't need us.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Wow.
and then the other thing that they do in HBH is just so right about. I mean, even at my place, I've been getting like 2 or 3 calls a day now wanting to buy my place. You know, because we're pretty
Wow.
rural here, and they want this data center in here, right? But one of the things that they're doing out in Utah is saying, "Oh, well, it's a military priority or whatever that we need this," because the people are just going nuts. They are so angry,
Eminent
and so they're
domain.
just saying, "Yeah." No,
Eminent
that's going to
domain.
be a thing too. There's a farmer out here, a rancher who's lost eminent domain to. So, I mean, it's not good.
They're trying to get rid of the peasants. Exactly right,
Who
Joy.
was that? Was that you, Helen, or you, Denise? Said something about
Yes,
somebody called
yes.
someone a peasant.
Yeah,
Was that
my
on your
friend, a
Saturday?
peasant.
something?
Yeah, yeah.
That was my mother-in-law.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah. I was a friend of mine driving around in a beat up Volkswagen Bug in the, green one in the 90s, like, and some random guy just called her. She was going too slow, and he like, speed up, you fucking peasant. It was like, and he was like in a BMW or something. It was like, wow, peasants.
Yeah, that's a word that
Really?
hasn't been used in a long time.
Yeah.
He's got
Yeah.
a Sphere podcast now, Denise. You can
That
be
was in
sure
the
of that.
90s. I was like, whoa, okay. Little tip off there, the mindset.
So AI
Yeah.
doesn't make money, so where's the money coming from? It's coming from your tax dollars.
Yeah. Good question.
Tax dollars at work.
Yep. So
I
that
think
the
this is
AI
another thing
tractors-
that could happen at some point when people wake up to this. They should just, if they work for somebody, make themselves exempt, and everybody should stop paying taxes
Yep,
until
it's
these
the only way it's
idiots
going to stop.
stop doing this
Exactly.
stuff. They're using our money against us at this point. It's horrible.
So, okay, everybody, it's been almost 2 hours now.
Yes, we better go.
So,
Yeah, listen,
Denise
I-
is- okay, so yeah. So here's the schedule. Denise is going to be out. She's
Next
got
week.
family coming in and graduation activities and cool stuff. So we have a recorded interview next week, and then probably the week after, if I could get all the film and stuff put together, we'll have Dulce. So hopefully I'll have some UFOs or something, and then we'll be live
That'd be
the first
great.
Wednesday of the well, this is like really
June.
good stuff. Yeah, is it June already? Good God.
June is
Yeah,
right
we'll
on
be
top
June
of us.
That's
Almost
true.
that big
man.
important birthday coming up, you know.
Oh,
My
yeah, the big
Yeah.
birthday.
birthday is Friday.
June
Well,
14th.
happy birthday.
Why,
Oh,
thank
cheers,
you
happy
very much.
birthday.
Oh, your birthday is coming
Her
up?
birthday is coming
It's
up. Yeah.
Friday. I'm 62.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Happy birthday.
I'm
Thank you,
waiting for the
ladies.
invitation.
Oh, Helen, if I could, I would.
So
And
you're
so,
a Taurus. Yeah.
And possibly the Dulce thing we might do live. I don't know. It
Oh,
just
another
depends on what
orb.
kind of
You just had another orb.
I
Like a shooting
saw
one.
one.
Yeah, like a
sky.
shooting one. Yeah, yeah, wow.
God, Bove, calm down.
Yeah, what's going on?
It's my
Yeah.
birthday week, damn it.
I guess you have all your ancestors coming to say hello. Yeah.
So
They're validating you really are the age you said you were.
Yeah.
and so folks, don't be shy. Feel free to call the number 928-288-2942. I stopped having the phone line open for this because nobody ever calls. But you know, if you call on, yeah, and that headphone pinches my head so bad that it's like, okay, I'm just not going to take
forget about it. Yeah,
but just call, leave a message. It'll be fun. You don't have to say who you are. And if you want to go to the Cosmic Fold Net, it is not owned by the tech bros. It's your own private little forum there that you can go to.
Oh, can I say one thing? And but back off you. I have this thing on my Substack where people. It's called the Dream Repository, where people can. Post they can post their premonitory dreams. It's free. You don't have to you can just you can join us for free on my Substack and just post your dream. I'm keeping a record of all these, trying to see if there's patterns in the dream time that people are getting and sort of see what's going on in the zeitgeist. So
I'm glad you brought that up. Where did they go on Substack again for new people that don't know you? Can they type
You'll find it.
in there?
Yeah, it's called Dream Repository, and basically, I think I have a link. It's in every Substack post I do. I put a link so you can get right to that page now. So there's a button you just can go right to that page. So if you just go onto my Substack, you'll find a button to go and go to it. You don't have to pay for that. It's on every thing.
Okay. Yeah. Well, since we're pushing Substack, I have a Substack called Ask Your Irish Granny, and theoretically, people write in with their problems. It's like an advice column. Nobody has any problems anymore. I even ran out of ones.
I still need to write some. I started a list of problems. Yes, so I'm going to send you all kinds of them.
But you don't have to mess with Substack. Just email me, and my email is always included in my description of my videos. Any video I made, you'll find my email, and I will anonymize it. I'll change your name, your gender.
Irish Granny isn't it Irish Granny Tarot at Gmail? Is that the one that's public?
Granny, well, that works. Or Irish Granny Helen.
Okay, Irish Granny Helen.
Thank you.
All right.
And then the database. I promised the church and state thing. When you're free again, Denise and Helen, if you guys want to help test it with me, I'm getting close to it being done. So that'll be very cool. You know, so you guys can.
That list.
Yes.
Yeah.
What I'm working on right now is a very intuitive search, so people could just type something that they regularly would, and it'll pull up the statutes, and so
that's cool. That's
kind
really
of the
cool.
semantics with it. I signed up on Medium.
It's hard, Darcy. It's hard.
I've got a website, you know, the water stuff I write on every single day. So, you know, I do keep up with my writing.
I can't keep up with you. I cannot believe how much you write.
I know.
Plus, I do legal. It's just important to me. And it's like this data center stuff is just really
but in your
angering
free time,
me.
right?
Well, it helps me learn, you know. I'm very aware of the issues because of all of the research I do. So anyway, I want to thank everybody here. Helen, thank you. Bove, happy birthday. Thank you. Denise, always good to see you. This was fun. And especially to the audience, thank you guys for coming in, for your comments.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it feels like we're just friends joining us now.
I know. It does now. We've been
so
the
the premieres, the very same chat that you're on right now, they work. So all you have to do is just go to YouTube, and it's in there, and I'll go there, and everybody can chat in there. It doesn't have to be live for the chat to work. So we'll have an interview. That's what I keep saying over and over. Yes, premiere.
I wasn't getting it.
Premiere means everybody is there. It's just that I may be at work, so I can't be sitting here doing the live thing.
Right.
So just subscribe, and the premiere has the chat going the whole time. And so, and so
it's a live chat.
Next Wednesday. Yeah, it's a live chat, and it's just kind of like the same thing as this, except for it's not through StreamYard.
Yeah, and then you said, okay, we're recording it, and I'll put it up recorded. And there's a live chat, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's
me too.
Contradictory.
The very thing that everybody's typing in right now, that it's open during those. So you can always go there. It really works. It can be fun.
What kind of technology, Deborah, that you've created.
Yeah. Deborah, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Thank you all.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. So just come. It's the same time on Wednesdays. Just go there. And so even if we pre-record for the Dulce thing, I'll be there. We'll all be there. We can talk, and it shows up. So
cool.
Yeah,
we can
buddy.
talk, all right.
Thank you, guys.
Well,
Thanks
thank
for
you
being
all.
here.
So we'll see you in a
Thanks,
couple
everybody.
weeks, and see you in the
Sounds
premiere.
good.
So, all right.
Okay.
Good night, all.
Bye. Have a good one.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. We feature a live show on the first Wednesday of each month and premieres on the remaining Wednesdays. Got a story? Tell us on our message line at 928-288-2942. See you next time.